In the best of times, teaching can be fraught with challenges. Throw into the mix an almost 2-year pandemic that has radically impacted the mode of teaching, and the challenge is magnified many times over. The president of the St. Lucia Teachers Union, Don Howell, in his address to mark World Teachers Day, says the SLTU will continue to be vigilant in its defense of teachers' interests.
The SLTU will continue to vet the policy decisions made for the education system to ensure its effectiveness on the system, and that those policies serve to support your professional practice. In addition, teachers must always be in a position to operate in a safe environment.
Howell was high in praise of the continued sacrifices of the nation's teachers in the face of the many challenges brought about by the pandemic.
Teachers are faced with a mammoth task of reaching their students and advancing our professional values under these pandemic conditions. The observance of World Teachers Day is an important part of activities for Teachers Week. The St. Lucia Teachers Union also draws attention to the challenges that teachers face to keep the education system functioning during this pandemic. We must highlight the effects that this pandemic is having on teachers, their psychological and physical well-being. We must also highlight the challenges, the efforts, and the sacrifices that they continue to make on a daily basis.
The St. Lucia Teachers Union's president reminded the teachers and all those who were impacted by their efforts that this is an occasion to be thankful.
Let us celebrate on this World Teachers Day. Your contribution to nation building is invaluable, and even more so during this pandemic. The St. Lucia Teachers Union values your dedication and the personal sacrifices that you continue to make. Despite all the challenges, I encourage you to persevere, to remain strong and committed to the cause of education, the teaching profession, and that of the SLTU.
The Minister for Education, Sean Edward, says the roles of teachers go way beyond the provision of instructions in the classroom.
I really must take the opportunity to thank the hundreds of teachers in this country who have always put themselves on the line for our children. We cannot overemphasize the importance of the role that teachers play in nation building. And as the Minister for Education, I just want to take the opportunity on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, my colleagues in the Cabinet, the senior management team of the Ministry of Education, to tell the teachers of this country how much we appreciate the effort that they make, particularly during the period of the pandemic. Any recovery that we are going to make, how much success we would reap in terms of a full recovery, is heavily dependent on how our teachers take up the mantle.
The teaching profession has been impacted more than most by the COVID-19 pandemic. But it is not only the teachers who've been adversely set back. Some students have been effectively out of school, forced to be truants because of the lack of computer devices or internet connection to participate in virtual classes. The focus of the day's observance was on the immeasurable contribution of teachers to society and a moment to say thank you to the many who often go beyond the call of duty. Lucian for the HTS News Force.